Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back with more World of Tanks. As you can see, this is Alex the Assassin in his M4 or M4A3E8 Thunderbolt, otherwise known as the Thunderbolt from now on, because good lord, that is too many letters and numbers. Just pronounce every single time I need to. This is a tier 8 game on Fjords, and this is the Tier 6 Premium American Medium Tank. This is the upgraded version of the E8, EZ8. So this thing has basically the same features as the EZ8, except for the fact that it has space armor everywhere. And so if you come across this thing, it is thickly armored. I mean, obviously in a tier 8 game it's really not all that thickly armored, but if you're up against this thing in a tier 6 tank or even lesser tanks than that, this thing gets to be annoying to pen. So if you have to come out from the front, first off, don't bother. You're likely as not to miss this shot, though you can hit it from there if you're going up, down, and close enough to it. But the easiest shots to make into this thing are right here. That'll go through. Or right underneath his turret. Or not his turret, his gun, sorry. His gun mantle, though, is not worth shooting. Or tier 8 tanks that might not pen the mantle. Everything else here is spaced armor. Don't bother shooting it. This is all spaced armor. And even the size of this thing are actually thick enough that it's just not worth shooting. Unless you're right flat on, and then this back here is a nice little weak point. Sorry, around this, not you know, this here and this. Avoid these if you can, and definitely avoid the giant slab of armor on the side of the tank. And the same goes for the side of the turret. Avoid these giant slabs of armor, and just put shots in here and you'll be perfectly fine. This tank is fairly well armored and fairly hard to crack, but if you know where to hit it, it's not all that bad. Before we get into the game, as always, if you want to support the channel, one of the best things you can do is hit that like button. Also, it tells me that you really enjoyed this game, which means that the star of this particular replay, Alex, has a chance of winning 500 gold at the end of the week. Depending on which video this week comes out as the most popular, the one the community decides they want to give gold to, then I'll take some of the money I get from Patreon every month and give gold to those community members. And so yeah, the stars, not the guys who vote. One other thing before we actually get into the action is it looks like it's about to kick off here. Please do share this with your friends and clanmates if you enjoy my content. That's the best way and the fastest way for this channel to grow, is for you guys to take it on and spread it. And I'm so close to 400. I really want to get to 400. So yeah. Unfortunately, it appears that all that talking made us miss. So Alex, I'm sorry. That was my bad. Good lord. T29 almost wrecked the side of us, as he can definitely pen us if he's got the big gun. Looks a bit Alex is gonna have a hard time penning him. What are we shooting? We are shooting 128 pen. Yeah, upper glacis T28. That is going to have some trouble going through. But if we can hit his lower glacis or track him, or him through the side, then those shots will go nice and clean through. There we go. Now that his frontal armor is a little bit better angled, actually penning those shots, because of the fact that the armor was more flat onto us, he basically he tilted his tanks to the point where the angle of the armor was just better for us to pen him. So now he's asking his team down here to push. I don't know if they're going to be able to, but they should be able to. Looks like there's more of them than the rest of the enemies. But up here is going to be a different issue. That VKM, if they ever realize that he's alone, they're just going to swing down and through him and basically walk over him on the way out the door. Now, we're currently dealing with is the heavy tank number 6. It's actually identical to the Tiger 131 that we saw yesterday. So if you didn't see that replay, then you'll get to go see what a Tiger 131 can do when it's top tier. But we also know that this thing can be deadly if we let it have its way. We can see Alex just jumps on this thing and takes it out of the game, assuming it can stop bouncing off its gun mantle. There we go, and exactly as I predicted, once the enemy team up here realized that there was only a VKM between them and success, they walk through him with the greatest of ease and just plow straight on into the rest of this game. And actually our team has pushed them back. It looks like there's only 3 enemy heavies over here. 2 enemy heavies maybe and approaching. And our guys have just pushed straight into them and pinned them in. And now they're stuck between a Panther and a bunch of heavy tanks. So that's going to go well. Sorry about that. Oh. So now we're back at our base. Thankfully our artillery is on the ball and is paying attention and has moved. So he's not going to get himself killed, and hopefully he'll provide some support. Those are the Cromwell B and the Skoda we can definitely go toe-to-toe with. The Tiger is going to be a different story. The ACX4X experimental we can go toe-to-toe with as well. The key note thing is we can't go toe-to-toe with all of them at the same time. That went really badly. So if Alex can't find a way to limit them down one at a time, then we're going to be in trouble. And this is a great way to whittle them down. It's just by start killing them. So Cromwell got himself way over there. He is obviously going to try and take flank shots or intercept our guys. Good lord, I don't know what's going on today. Our guys on the way cap. The Skoda, in the meantime, decided he was just going to keep going. Now he's run into a couple of high tier or mid tier heavy tanks, and apparently it's decided he's going to commit suicide by sitting out in the open while the heavy tanks roll down his throat. So that leaves us with a Tiger P problem. There's still a KV3 around here somewhere. There is a Jackson, which is up there. That Cromwell B actually apparently lived through his encounter, and is actually over here trying to flank our forces. And of course there's artillery in here too. So just because we control the map right now doesn't mean we control this game. Good side shots on the Tiger P. Tiger P is looking around for something, and Alex just takes advantage of that and just starts dominating this poor guy. And then bounces a KV3. Now he's going to want to focus down the Tiger P. Since we don't see many of these things, and it's unlikely we're going to see another one in the wild or as a hero for a while, I just want to show you how to pan a Tiger P. You can fire through this slit right here if you want to. Oh, I should have better mouse controls. That's always gonna, well, it's probably gonna go in. The cupola obviously will always go in. The side of his turret will go in. This bar right up here will go in. Oops. Come on. Oh, I clicked. That's what happened. And then most importantly, there are these cheeks on the side of his tank. Those are almost always a good place to be shooting him, because if he's head on to you, you shoot him in the cupola and the turret, whatever. Wait till he's looking at somebody else and then shoot him. Or Glacius, machine gun port, any of those will work. But if he tilts even slightly like this to us, then that cheek becomes a perfect place to fire. It is so flat and beautiful, and you will pen with most shots in there. And so that's, I assume, where we're going to be aiming. Nope. Alex, in fact, just takes out his Lord Glacius. And the KV3 at some point has turned around to face the Oni, and so Alex is just going to sit here and try and set this guy on fire as best he can. And it looks like not yet. Ooh, the gun's turning all the way around. This guy's decided he doesn't like this. I don't know what he thought was going to happen in front of him. He just thought the ONE was going to ignore him or something. For future notice, if you ever end up in a spot where that KV-3 was, where you got one heavy a tank on one side and a damaged meme tank on the other side of you, then you need to kill the heavily damaged heavy tank. So if that KV-3 had pushed into our ONE, he could have actually gotten beneath the gun, which is staggering to say in a KV-3 possible. Very, very possible. He could have gotten under the gun of the ONE and actually gotten on the little side of this hill, and the ONE probably would have turned and he would have acted as cover against Alex and against the approaching heavy tanks on our team. And so that KV-3, if he'd been smart and pushed over to our ONE, even if he didn't kill him, he definitely would have made it much more difficult for us to finish him off. Okay, so the ONE is just going to roll on him. We're going to speed this up to see if we can get to the Jackson before it dies, or the artillery before it dies. Yes, in fact, it turns out we can get to the Jackson before it dies. I don't understand what our team was doing, but there goes the artillery. And then just stick that health pack back on. Nobody needed to die yet. Jackson is on 12 health, and we're just going to roll through this building, auto lock onto him, and kill him. Or let the ELC do it. And then we're actually just going to go hunt down some artillery. Yep. And that is that. Well, come on. There we go. Beautiful game in the Thunderbolt. Ace Tanker, Bruiser, Fighter, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Klavashenko's medal for destroying 2 enemy tanks that are higher than you. Awesome. That is for the T-29. Actually, T-29, Tiger P, and the GW are all higher than he is. So yeah, he definitely earned that medal, all right. 2,700 damage though. You can see just how much that is ahead of the next highest, and the next highest after that is just painfully far away. And well done, sir. Great job, and great job showing off how to handle this tank. Thank you so much, Alex, for sending this in. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Please, if you enjoyed this, hit that like button. Increase the likelihood of Alex getting some gold, and helps the channel quite a bit as well. Also, please share with your friends and clanmates. Help us grow. Target is 400 within like a week, right? Come on, let's make this happen. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night. This ioEther out.